Alright, okay guys. So I am installing this newer 2x4 right here. And notice guy, it's already attached, but uh okay. So how I got it to install just like the one over here before is like I said, I keep the two nails. So I'm not gonna destroy these two nails right here. I'm just gonna let it hang like that. Hanging up just like that. You see? So it doesn't matter how you got the old 2x4 out. The nail might be crooked somehow, whatever. Just as long as it's not too crooked to the point that you can't fix it. If you can't fix the nail, you're gonna have to cut it and or do something to get that old nails out and hammer new nails in. But in this case, my situation is I kept the old nails. You know, it's still like it's still good. It's still straight. Nothing wrong with it. I just cut. If you have to, fix it with a plier, with a bigger plier. I couldn't find my other bigger pliers, so I used this smaller pliers, and I was able to bend it where it will be straighter. You see, it's straight right now. So both of them have to be straight and bend over. Either way, it's easier for you to work. Like I bend it over this way, both of them over this way because I have no more space over here, and I can hammer the 2x4 woods from this way. You see what I'm saying? Like that, hammer it in down the wood down to the nail, and it should be fit right on. Remember now, you gotta have to cut it somehow so it will have some space where I can, where it will be installing, perfectly right into the groove. You see that? So cut it where it still have a little bit left, like where give it some little space, but not too much. Because if you give too much space, then you'll have a gap, a big gap. I'll just cut it where it still have some space where it can get into the groove. You don't want to be exactly right because if you cut it to be exactly right, then it's gonna be real hard to install it in. Plus, it's gonna be hard because you got the nails and you have to hammer it down and don't know how a how when you hammer it down, you don't know how attached it will be. It might be a little gap down here because you know a nails and a 2x4, it might have a gap. Even though how much you hammer it down real hard, it's still gonna have a little gap somehow. So it's best to give it a gap. Cut it to give it a gap so I can install it better. So I'm about to install this newer 2x4 I just cut. I mean, I did a lot of work to trying to cut it and even it up. I have to cut it this side, and it has to be real even. Like if this side is crooked, then this one has to be a little bit crooked too, so to be fit exactly right. But I got both sides, fit exactly right. Like I think this side is a little bit higher than this side is lower, but because of this is a little bit lower and this side is a little bit higher, so I have to cut it like that. But it's not much different. You can't really tell which one low is which one is high because I did a really good job cutting it real straight, on both of these 2x4. So now it's time to install it. My nail is right, so I kind of have to measure it like uh like right here, just like that. It has to be straight like that. So I have to look down at the nail to see how straight it is, and I find out where exactly the nail gonna be down here, because you see the two hole right there I just made. You just gotta look down, that's all. So it's kind of hard for me to do a video while I'm looking down like this, but you know what I mean. Just kind of look down and even it up, even the 2x4 from this side and the 2x4 from this side over here. But make sure don't go all the way out here because remember that's gonna be a siding board right here. So make sure don't go all the way out here. It's best to go inside and outside, like kind of like that, right there, you know. So that way the ball won't hit it, you know. Because once I hammer this down to the nail, it's gonna be real hard to fix it again, to adjust it or even take it out, because it's gonna be just bam in, you know, attach it in real good. So like I said, I used the sander and the cutter, the saw, and I use this like a lot. This really helped me to file it and even it out and all that. But I have to even it up with a cutter like the whole time. It took me a little while to even it up with a saw, you know, with the machine saw. So after that, just even up the nail with the wood and just hammer it down with my hammer right there, and hopefully it'll go in even straight, just like this one over here. Like, this is a really good job I did too. I'm still proud of it. Even though this second 2x4 that I installing is a little bit crooked, like it's not straight up the line that I cut it, but like the third one is gonna be perfect. Like, look at it, it's just perfect to me. I mean, I just have a little gap like right there in the back, but that's better than not having a gap, you know. But it's not much of a gap anyway. So, but like definitely up here, it's like even, you know, really even. So, all right, get back to work. So I'm about to ready to install it.